Hi everyone. So finally I get to redo the video that I should have done a couple of weeks ago. I'm RiNus and this is RiNus World. Welcome to RiNus World and thank you so much for the support, for everyone that's been watching all the videos. Thank you for taking the time to, and hopefully it's benefiting you in some way. And I know it's benefiting me in first doing them and actually coming up with the content for the videos. What I wanted to talk about was what I like to call the PhD syndrome, aka pull him or her down syndrome. By definition, this would be any actions taken out of jealousy or whatever negative feeling towards somebody else to try to pull them down from where they are. I guess to classify it, it would be in terms of a job, it would be somebody spreading rumors or doing whatever to make sure somebody either doesn't get promoted or somebody gets fired because of jealousy for either the position or whatever perks this person is enjoying at work. Generally speaking, it's when somebody has a desire to be or to have what you have, and they do something to get that thing that you have or to make sure you don't have that thing, so that if you're suffering, you're both suffering together, or if it's somebody winning, then it's that person that really wants what you have and they actually do something to try to get it. It fails sometimes, it succeeds sometimes. There's one particular story that's been on social media where there's an advert that plays on DSTV, there's ZNBC and Zambezi Magic channels, where there's this brilliant young girl that has done a water filtration system, especially after last year's cholera outbreak. For those that don't know, Zambia had a cholera outbreak, and the country was shaken up. The story is people are complaining that this advert is playing too much on these channels. My personal opinion to that is change the channel if you don't want to watch the advert. Personally, I'm proud of her, and if she ever watches this, know that I'm proud of you. You have done things that people can only dream about, and one way to find out is the actual comments that have been on social media. So the story is people have been saying nasty things about the girl. First it started out as bashing the station for playing this advert, and then people turned their sights to the girl and started to say things about the girl. This is a very innocent girl in primary school, and she won an award. I think it's called the Powerpuff Girl Award. Honestly, everyone that has said something negative about the girl should be ashamed of yourselves and go find something else to do if you have nothing better to say. For everyone that's been bashing the station for playing that advert, hear this from me. We don't get to see that much black representation of excellence, especially among children. And instead of teaching them to emulate what this girl is doing, you go and start bashing the girl. You go and start bashing the channel for playing a video that should make you proud as a country. You should be ashamed of yourselves. And I think everyone that has actually lashed out has exhibited some form of PhD syndrome, because this is somebody's daughter. This is a student, a possible scientist in the future, and I pray she succeeds. I know she's going to go far. In the context of a work environment, it usually fleshes itself out in terms of somebody spreading rumors or doing something to want somebody's position. I remember my older sister was telling me about a talk she gave an organization. This organization was plagued by people trying to get each other fired or trying to literally trample on other people's heads to get to the top. Imagine you succeed getting to the top by discrediting the people or saying things about the people, getting people fired that you work with. You succeed, you get to the top, you're the manager. Look behind you and see the people you have to work with. These are the same people that you have trampled on. These are the same people that you have said things about. And now they're the people you have to rely on to get work done. When did hard work not be enough for you to get to the top? When did a good work ethic not be enough for you to get to a point of success? You get to the top, yes, and who are you going to badmouth there for you to stay there? If you don't know how to do the work, some people stay there for a little bit, and one day the company will wake up and feel, we need to succeed. Why are we failing? And they find you as the problem, and boom, back to where you started. Probably even worse, fired with no job, with bad recommendations. And what people don't realize is stuff like this follows you. I've heard of offices where you go there and if you have a good work ethic, one of two things will happen. One, you either conform out of frustration to the laziness that's happening there, or two, people will do their best to get you fired because you're making them look bad. I think there should be a shift in mindset. If you want that promotion, if you want that high position, work hard, have a good work ethic. Because those two, no one can argue with the results. And as much as it may take some time, the rewards are going to be very, very, very evident. The fruit of that is evident. A story that just came to mind is one I heard a while back about, I think there were two friends. One started to work for an organization, put in a good word for his friend. Friend came to work for the organization and they started to rise in the ranks. There was a management position open, and this person that started earlier thought he was going to be promoted for sure, only to find that his friend was promoted. And he started to get angry, started to get jealous. His employer noticed and gave both of them a task. And he told them, I need watermelons. Yeah, let's just use watermelons. I need watermelons. This one person that was salty about his friend getting promoted goes into the central business district and comes back, oh, I found somebody selling watermelons. Employer asks, how much are they? The guy gets up, goes back again, gets a figure, comes back, oh, they're this much. Okay, how many are they able to supply per month? This guy gets up, goes back, comes back, oh, they're able to supply this much. And then the employer asks the person that got promoted for the same task, I need watermelons. This guy goes out, comes back, and tells the employer, oh, I found this number of people selling watermelons, but from all of these three stood out. But from all these three, there's this one person that has the best watermelons at the most affordable price. He's able to supply this many per month, but only for this number of months because this is a seasonal fruit. When the season is done, he's able to supply this much. The supply numbers go down. I have his contact. Do you want me to make an order? And his friend was shocked that this person that got the promotion only needed to go once to get all this information. He had to go several times to get different pieces of information. And what he learned was they both worked hard, but his friend worked smart and had a good work ethic. He had the passion enough for this to go the extra mile. And I think that's where a lot of people that fall into this category of people that have this PhD syndrome. you do the bare minimum of what you're employed to do, and you wonder why people going the extra mile, the very people that you make fun of, you wonder why they're going further. Because there is this statement that I've heard a lot on buses, for some of us. It's supposed to be a term to ridicule somebody that does things differently. Well, the original context is where somebody wealthy wants to throw around their weight because of the money that they have or the success that they think they've achieved, to draw a line to make sure there's people see the difference. This is how we act. This is how, this is how we float and all that jazz. So it's people that are not so in their league that say, oh, there some of us. And you find that in a workplace where somebody with a great work ethic goes and they start to work, the people who have become comfortable in that organization, that are doing the bare minimum of what they're paid to do, will start referring to them as some of us. And that statement alone should show you that there's a difference between the person that you're saying that about. They've come with a great work ethic, they're working hard, they're there to prove their worth in that organization. What people don't realize is the more you succeed at doing your work, the more your business succeeds. And not your success in bad-mouthing people. No, your success in actually doing the work that you're paid to do. You do not just what you're paid to do, but you take it a step further and do it well, where you improve yourself by studying, by reading, getting training if you need to prove that you really love your job enough to learn and to develop. The more you develop, the more your business develops. And the more the business develops, the better the rewards and the returns are going to be for you. And that's what people don't understand. If your organization flourishes, you flourish. If your country flourishes, you flourish. We have politicians that would rather fill up their pockets and bank accounts, both foreign and local, rather than do the work that they've been elected to do, so that by the time they're leaving office, they're rich enough to survive. What they don't realize is the more you destroy your own country, the more you sink the economy of the country, the more worthless your money is going to be, because you forget that you still have to live here. And you forget that after you, there'll be somebody else that will come back and hopefully have enough guts to clean house. And that's the kind of leader I'm praying for. Your work will show its worth. And if you're working hard, it will show. If you're wasting time and wasting space, it will show. Integrity doesn't start when you're in a position of power. Integrity starts when you're on a queue and you decide and you have the option to bribe somebody to get to the front or to push your papers for you, or to stand in line like everybody else and make sure everybody gets their turn. Integrity starts there, in small situations. Judge your intentions. Why are you mad that your friend is succeeding? Is it because you want what they have but are not willing to put in the work? So I'm hoping that in all of this, you realize that you don't always have to come first. That's just the truth. Sometimes the problem is you coming first. And if you don't do something about it, or if you don't teach yourself to do things with integrity, you are dooming your own future. He that is wise will hear.